Okay, so the triangle that you might be working with might not be exactly in the position that you want it to be. It might be upside down, or it might be flipped, or something like that, or your angle that you want to work with might not be in standard position. So we have to talk a little bit about the orientation, okay, of an angle. So they will almost always give you where the right angle is. They'll put a little square. That means that's the right angle. That's going to help you. A lot of times they'll label a triangle with alpha, beta, and gamma. They usually put the gamma at the right angle, but not always. So that's kind of a choice. You know, at some point you'll be drawing your own triangles and you'll label them how you want to, but this is fairly standard. Okay, so if I'm talking about the angle alpha, okay, then the side opposite is over here. And then the side adjacent would be here. And the hypotenuse would be here. The hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. Okay, so if you know where the right angle, then it's like that. All right. Now, that would be how you would do the orientation, so you know which side is opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. And the hypotenuse isn't going to change. Now, what if I wanted to talk about beta? Well, then the side opposite is over here, and the side adjacent is over here. The hypotenuse doesn't change, okay? All right, so we'll look at another triangle here, and let's say I label this alpha, beta, gamma, okay? And let's say I want to know the sine of beta, okay? Well, then here's the hypotenuse. Oops, hypotenuse. And I'm doing beta, right? So it's going to be like this. So the side opposite would be over here. Let's call that B. And we'll call this hypotenuse H. So it would be B over H. Now let's call this side A. Then the cosine of beta would be A over H, because it's this would be the opposite side, and this would be the adjacent side. Okay? Okay, so hopefully that makes some sense. You might have to stop and rewind it and think about that a little bit. Now, let's keep the triangle the same. I'm not going to erase anything, but let's talk about alpha then. So let's say I want to know the sine of alpha. What side is opposite? Well, this is the opposite side, A. And what's the hypotenuse? That's still H. And then what if I wanted the cosine of alpha? Well, then this is the adjacent side, B over H. So it depends on which angle you're talking about, which side is opposite and which side is adjacent. We'll practice more of this, but you got to know which one is opposite and which one's adjacent.